Hey guys, we're on Hickorystock and we're going to do a battleground. I've done a few battlegrounds this morning and I started off in gladiator stance and then I went to, actually I started with my hybrid gladiator stance where I have a little bit of points. Let me get this volume down just a little bit, or I'll turn it down with the knob. Yeah, I think that's a little better. So I had, maybe I'll show after the video, I'm not sure yet, but I have my first gladiator spec. I have some points around here, so we have Death Wish and then we have our stun. So that's kind of cool to get both of those. Whenever I go all the way for Bloodthirst, I'm not going to get my stun or my silence. I forgot about the silence. But yeah, I did the gladiator a little bit. I was having a hard time. I have like 2 different gladiator specs right now. One that's only protection and one split between protection and fury. Neither one of them felt really great, and it could have been partly the matchups, along with being the first battlegrounds of the day. You know, I don't know. It was just kind of like a lot of fighting, but not a lot of damage. And this is like my 4th battleground, I think. And I've had the most luck in the Fury spec, which this guy seems really strong all of a sudden. I'm pretty sure I've fought him in the last battleground, but maybe I fought him when I was gladiator, I don't know. Which it looks like a bad fight to be fighting. So we'll try to refocus a little bit. So far, in this bracket, I've had a great time in arms and a great time in my Fury spec. The dual wielding is awesome. I got the Ironfoe, really cool. I got the Hand of Justice, very, very cool. Yeah, the healing is crazy. It's just, he heals so much. I have Desperation, so I get healed even more. And then I think I have, yeah, another Glyph of Enraged Regeneration. So in the last battleground, I just kind of focused on helping my team do good fights, and we won. Just wherever my team was going to do stuff, I just went there and would help fight and kill stuff, and it worked out. Maybe my problem sometimes is just me going to do something by myself, even though my character's really strong. I just end up fighting too many people at once, and it doesn't work out very good. So it looks like we're going to fight this guy. He's got a healer. That's why he's so tanky. They run with our flag. I want to take out this healer if I can. I mean, I could beeline it to the flag. I just don't see how that's going to go good. They're just going to kill me. So we got his healer. Oops. I made a mistake. All kind of misclicking. So I tried to put my recklessness on, but I accidentally got out of berserker stance. Then by the time I got all that straightened up, that's dead. Tried to use a health potion. Used heroic fury instead. I think I'm gonna have to just like streamline my abilities more, because I have them in different places for my different specs. and it's messing me up quite a bit. At least there it was. See, look at our heals, it's just crazy. Which it looks like we have a healer right now. I don't want to do bad in this game. I don't want to do bad, I want to do good. I definitely don't want to just get graveyard camped. I also don't want to just focus on fighting. Then you do a whole bunch of fighting, but not a lot of good comes out of it. See if, you know, what do you do with something like this? What do you do? This is kind of a tough spot a little bit because you can't go around. I don't really like this one because you can't go around. I don't like how you're stuck here at the graveyard. You can only go one way. Yeah. Also, the Warsong Gulch jumps don't work here the same either. Heal all of his damage. Almost. Heal a lot of his damage. And we need a weight stone. We'll weigh this thing down. We got really good damage. Eat some cheese. And it looks like we got a fight coming. Man, big stun. Sometimes it's like, what is even happening? You know, you get stunned for so long, it's like, did they stun me twice? Maybe. That's terrible, getting graveyard camped. So we got out of there. Now what do we do about it? I just don't even know. I don't know. My Paladin's level 60. I've been playing him a little bit. And yeah, I don't really like it. I don't really like it. He's not geared up, so that's, you know, that's got to change. My protection spec, he's kind of like halfway geared. He has all the gear from the honor, but not the ones you buy with conquest points. So it's just, he doesn't do very good. In protection, he doesn't seem to be able to do any damage. Which is, I have not done a lot of battlegrounds. Yeah. I think I just need to move this. I keep trying to use a health potion and I use Heroic Fury. This Rogue Fury will get me out of immobilizing effects. I think I'll put it here with every man for himself. Really, my trinket, I'm going to try this. We're going to move everything. Okay, we'll do this. So this gets me out of immobilizing effects, this gets me out of stuns, out of fear, out of whatever, and then so we've got a lot of things to get us free. Try to take out the back line. This guy's not even strong, it's just he's standing behind a wave of people. I used the wrong thing. We broke them up though. I think I just need to, like, you know, kind of slow down and look at my abilities before I use them until I get adjusted. I did super good in the last battleground. It's just kind of killing everyone. And I think now they're focusing me. Wow. There we go. I'm not even doing objectives right now. And I don't think I will, because I don't think we're going to win this. And I think the best thing I can do is try to free my team up to where they are able to do something. So as much as I can do that, I think that's what I should do. Sometimes I don't like to give up. You know, I don't like to give up. But just the way it's going, it's like, how do we get the most out of this battleground? You know, at least get some good combat, get some experience, help the team out, get it to where we're not being graveyard camped. You know, if we're being graveyard camped and our team can't do anything because we're just getting destroyed, you know, that can be pretty discouraging. I think ultimately we just want to enjoy our characters. And it's hard to do that if you're in a little rut. We're at the top for something. Deaths. We did die a lot. Yeah, that's alright. So I've got the full Imperial set. I've got all of it. It's not too hard to get. If you're a blacksmith, you can do the quests. All you do is turn in thorium bars. That's pretty much it. I don't think you have to do anything else. So we've got the helmet, this necklace I've showed you guys, shoulders. I'm using this thing still. I like this thing a lot. It's so cool. And there's not really amazing capes out there right now, so you know, I'll lose a little bit of stats for the slow fall. I like it. 100 health. I went for health because our Bloodthirst, we're getting healed based on our percentage of health. All of our healing almost is percentage of health. Health potions are not, and that's about it. Everything else is percent health healing. Percent health, and then enraged regeneration % health. So more health, the better. That's why the Imperial set is so strong for Fury. 9 stamina, Imperial. The Ironfoe, Crusader, double Crusader is also getting my healing up there pretty good. This little thing is still nice. Nice stats. There is a higher level throwing weapon I could make. It hits harder, but it gives like agility and attack power. And I just don't know that I need to make it. Maybe I will. Sometimes I try to throw stuff at people and they're not dying anymore. So this necklace, or I'm sorry, this ring, you get over where in Ungoro Crater where you pick up Heroic Leap. So if you look up Heroic Leap on YouTube, you'll find out where to get this ring. It's the same place. Protector's Band, Imperial Boots. I went with agility for the crit. I was gonna get 7 stamina. I got agility for more critical strike rating. Kind of important in our gladiator spec. And I figured, I think I'll appreciate a little bit of crit. Plus it already gives 4 crit rating, so that's good. Imperial leggings. There's some Titanic leggings that I was considering getting, but these are good too, and it's just, I don't want to go slow and try to get everything perfect again. I did that a bit on some of my other characters, and it slowed me down quite a bit, and yeah, I don't want to do that right now. I want to, even though I don't like the 60 combat and PvP on my paladin right now, I still want to get there on my warrior and try it out. I'm hoping things will change when I get geared up. When I was playing free pick and the new season of gear comes out, it was a significant difference. I wish it wasn't this way, but it was. It felt like you couldn't 1v1 anyone because they were one tier of gear above you, and then you get the same gear, and now all of a sudden you do just fine, you do great. And it's like it really does make that big of a difference. For me, that's what my experience was on all my characters. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating. I don't like the way the gear is right now. I talk about it a bunch. It's like I keep thinking about it more and more and more. Like you look at this gear, it's what everyone gets. It's very accessible. Because it's so accessible, everyone is so stable, like a pyramid. It feels like everyone's like a pyramid, and you can't tip anyone over. It's just, and then you go in tank spec, and you're even more stable, but even less able to tip people over. And it's like you can't just have a bunch of pyramids fighting each other, trying to tip each other over. It's like, man, where are we going to get some sort of release? Where is something going to move? When things get fused up and there's no flow, that's when things get frustrating. You get frustrated with your character because you do all these things to be able to accomplish something, and you can't do it. So, I don't know, I guess I'm really frustrated about it with my paladin, because his gear is really not bad. It's not bad, but everyone's gear is not bad. It's the same. And when that happens, it becomes irrelevant. The gear becomes irrelevant. Yeah. That's how I feel about all this. Let's do a battleground. I want to play my gladiator more, but it just didn't go very well. He doesn't have enough critical strike rating, I don't think. Maybe we can take out that little spider. And I can pick better matchups. You know, I could play better. The Gladiator is good. It's just, this guy's really good. Fury. I want to play my Gladiator, but the Fury does so much better. So, look, we can do all sorts of jumping around. Okay, I'm going to try to not focus the hunter. Maybe I could take out someone else. Look at all our healing. We'll use our cooldowns. Okay. It's just when I play the characters, my thought is, how can I make this character as strong as possible? How can I make him overpowered? Yes, that's what it's like. Of course, that's what you're trying to do when you play your characters. And if you make it so you can't do that, it's like, why? Is it? Yeah, it's just... Right now, he's really strong. I'm able to do all this stuff because he's so strong. Just run around healing. And I'm going to say it is not broken. I'm going to say this is how it should be. Because look at everything I did to make my character be here. More healing. You gotta get out of those meteors. Okay. See how long it took for us to die? And we're doing the damage, you know. The damage is going out there. They're living so long because it's like 3 or 4 of them, and I'm getting guided, so I can only hit them a little bit, and that's fine. You know, it's cool. I made a mistake. Whirlwind first, then Dragon Roar second, because Dragon Roar resets Whirlwind cooldown. Yeah, it felt like we were fighting for like 5 minutes over here at Stables. Just constant combat. It's just... It's not broken because we have 4,400 health. Our gear is a full set of gear. It's all rare. It's got super good stats. You had to make all of these. And yeah, I bought my bars from the auction house, but even still, if I'm buying the bars or going out and mining all of those, it's a lot of thorium bars. And it's not fast to farm all of those. So there's a reward. And the reward is everything I'm doing. But at level 60, you do all the stuff to get all this gear. And what is your reward? What is your reward? It's like, it feels like your reward is to be just as strong as everyone else. The problem is that it's like, it feels like people are the same shape, if that makes sense. So what I mean by that is there's not, this is how it feels, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you see something different, this is how it feels, this is what I see when I play, is people have same strengths, same weaknesses. That's what I mean by same shape. Same strengths, same weaknesses. Weaknesses not deal a lot of damage. Strength is your tanky. You can live. You can heal super strong. It's hard to burst people down. Everyone's got resilience. It feels like everyone's damage is nerfed. It's like, does everyone not feel like their character is nerfed? That's what it is it feels like I'm nerfed. I play my paladin, and it's like, why do I feel so nerfed? Why do my abilities say they're going to do 1600 damage and then they hit for 400? And it says 1500 damage, and how often do you get a crit for this? Like a crit for 1400, 1500. The Dragon Roar it can deal great damage. And I do get good hard hits with it. It's just feels so nerfed. I don't mean to just be like complaining, but it's just, I don't know, I guess it's just on my mind, what is wrong? What is wrong with the game? What should be different? What do I wish was different? I like the game a whole lot. I have had a lot of fun on my characters. It's just you grow to level 60 and it's like, oh man, my character he's not as good as he used to be. When I've grown and I'm worse, is what it feels like. Yeah, I didn't plan to talk about all this stuff like this. It's just, I don't know, it says in the Bible, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, and it's just, this is what's on my heart right now. I'm frustrated with my paladin. And I'm hoping the gladiator will not be the same. Oops. I hope the gladiator's not the same. I don't think he will be. I feel like warriors are built to deal damage. They can't heal. They can't do any healing. Apart from what we're doing. But we're a damage build. We don't heal other players. We don't have castable heals. We have some healing through some, different ways, which we've dumped a lot of things into to be extra strong. But apart from that, it's like, you know, they're not healers, they're damage dealers. They're tanks and damage dealers. And even a straight protection warrior can deal some damage. At least I think, you know, maybe it's more of just if you're gladiator, all protection. I don't know. What happens if we just try to cap this thing? Sometimes you get overlooked like that. We should not have been able to cap that. 1200, which they have armor and stuff, so I get that. You know, I get it. Physical damage. So we are losing. Yeah, we're 30 minutes in. I think I'll just call this video done afterwards and see what I'll do next. Someone is very unhappy. I've been pretty distracted this whole time. Sorry, guys. I wonder what the developer's perspective is on everything that I'm talking about. Of it feeling like everyone's a pyramid, like you can't tip anyone over, everyone's the same shape. Things interlock too much. When things interlock, they can't move. And when they can't move, there's frustration. Because you can't do what you try to do. Right now, we can do what we're trying to do. I think the PvP feels great right now. And why does it feel great? Because I have better gear than everyone. That's kind of it. Yeah, my build works well. I have things like tuned somewhat well. There's probably still room for improvement, but I did all this stuff and I got better gear than everyone. Everyone wants to run around with heirlooms and mismatched pieces of gear because they're doing their leveling experience. You know, it's not they're not doing anything wrong. They're playing the game. You know, they're doing what they want to do. They're going and doing some quests out in Coral Crater or whatever, getting some cool World Forged items. You know, doing all this stuff. I'm just only doing battlegrounds. That's the only thing that I'm doing. I'm not doing dungeons. I'm only doing battlegrounds. So yeah, I get to do what I'm doing. I get all the gear and then I do battlegrounds. And then I level up, go into the next bracket, and I do it again. I'm also higher level, you know, I made it past the midway mark. I had a hard time just like everyone else once I got to level 50. And level 51, still hard. Level 52, you know, things are getting a little better. You do good against people around your level is nice. But there's still people who can counter me, and I still have hard fights. But it's just there's a flow because there's things that are different, you know. If I'm fighting a bunch of people who have all crafted gear too, it's going to get really difficult. But that's not the case, you know. So I don't know. If you guys have any thoughts, what do you think the solution is? Do you think you know, I shouldn't be frustrated the way I am. Is it a matter of me just being a bad player? You know, I'm an okay player. Sometimes I play great, sometimes I play terrible, and sometimes I'm just, you know, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. There's so many aspects to the game. It's like, and for me, I get really focused on something. Sometimes I get really focused on the combat. It's like, yeah, I'm doing great combat, wrong objectives. You know, sometimes that's my problem, you know. So what am I really talking about, I guess? I don't know. It's just, I don't think player skill should be the #1 determining factor. I think the preparation goes into the equation as well. You play a game like League of Legends, more skill-based, I would say. More skill-based because you have to be good enough to be able to prepare, kind of. I mean, you got to be able to farm, get gold to create your build. And if you can't make your build, then it's tough. There's players who can do great with a poor build, though, because of skill. It's different style of game. It's a different game. Fortnite, I didn't play Fortnite. My brother played Fortnite. I watched him play some when it was really popular, like 5 or 6, 7 years ago. In my perspective, super high skill based. Not as much about the gear here. It's an RPG. It's a role-playing game. You go out in the world and you collect treasures. Your treasures help you do what you're trying to do. You know, so I don't feel, it's like, yeah, I want to be a great player. I want to play great. But that's not the only thing. You know, there's your playing ability, how well you play your character. And then even in that, you can look at, okay, am I doing good in combat? Now there's also the objectives. How well do you pick your objectives? Now you have, how well are you geared? You know, how is the power of your character, like his gear? And then after that, you have your build. You have, what even are you? You know, what shape is your character, and how well do you fit into your strengths? You know, you've got your talent tree, and then you've got the mystic enchants. There's so many aspects to this. So yeah, a lot of people may just want to talk trash of like, you're just a trash player. It's just, you know, maybe sometimes, yeah, but is that what it's all about? Do you just get punished because you don't have the best mechanics all the time? I don't think that's the kind of game that it is. So I'm going to say no to that. You know, what do you guys have to say? Is what I'm saying making sense? Maybe you don't agree, do you at least understand what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how I feel about it all. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you in the next video. We'll see. Level 58 I think will be pretty cool. We're going to go back to arms. We're going to do some huge damage with our Arcanite Reaper. Yeah, really great weapon. I think it's going to be pretty cool. This thing was awesome. We were getting some huge hits. I got a critical strike for like 1700 with my Colossus Smash when I was like level 53 against someone who had like mail or plate armor. I was like, wow, that feels nice. It's like, this is an epic weapon, you know. I think there's a woodpecker on the roof or something. Did you hear that? Like that pounding. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.